Do you know somebody who has that victim mentality going on all the time?
We are the Happy Headers, and we're going to talk about this today because I know lots of people who have this victim mentality that the world doesn't like me, God doesn't like me.
I used to think it was a real Irish thing, but then that's not because I'm very well travelled.
No. But it is an Irish thing, but it's in every culture.
Yeah, it's in every culture. You do see it. This
Poor me.
face.
Poor me.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Who's that guy, Eckhart Tolle, used to call it the pain body? You know, going around in pain all the time and suffering.
Yeah.
Oh, poor me.
Poor me. And I avoid people like that. They're
Me too.
Just totally misery guts, and they're just going to spin you this sob story.
Yes.
But you see, the thing is that they're not looking for help from you. They just want to spin you the story, and then when you leave, they'll go and spin a story to somebody else and to somebody else, and they'll never want to get out of that victim mentality.
Yes.
Because there's a positive payoff.
Absolutely.
The payoff is that they get somebody to
Sympathy.
listen to them. They get sympathy.
Yeah, they're battery drainers, guys. I always say this as well, like, you know, they're like the tormentors in Harry Potter. They just come in and they suck all the good emotion out of you. Just leave you with nothing, like.
And you see, they are victims because their locus of control is outside of them. It's always something outside of them that's caused the problem. So whether it's God, the universe, or they blame the weather.
Yeah, people, places, things.
They'll find something to blame.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me at all. It's all that other stuff. If it wasn't for all that other stuff, I'd be
Paul's
fine.
fault. It's Paul's fault. I'm mad.
I usually blame Siobhan for everything.
It's so good though.
Yes.
Like, it works so well for us, doesn't it?
But you do get it in relationships then where one party will blame the other party.
Yeah. It was his fault.
Yeah. And it's always, and you get this nagging. But it's not just like the women, like the men do it back the way, you know. Why are you so stupid?
You see it a lot in toxic relationships, and I know we kind of talked about toxic relationships before, but like there's a lot of that kind of thing goes on, that back and forth of like, going around to the friends and the family and blackening them or bad mouthing them, I suppose, spreading malicious gossip about them and giving out, and then doing nothing about it. It's like, why would you do that?
It's to get attention. They get to be listened to.
They're validated then.
Somebody
you shouldn't let him away with that.
Poor you, God love you.
Yeah.
But their locus of control being outside of them, they're kind of saying, it doesn't matter what I do, I am helpless. I cannot lift a finger to help myself. I'm helpless. It doesn't matter. So they renege on all responsibility. They don't ever take responsibility for their situation that they're in, or the fact that they can do something about it and they don't.
Yeah, I've had clients in the past as well who just don't want to change. And I think change...
they just come to you just to give out about something.
Yeah, and now it happens very rarely, I have to say. Like, very, very rarely I've had clients come to me that just won't do anything to change their situation. Addiction, I'd say, is one of the hardest things for people to change. They become very dependent on a particular substance or process, and it's just really, really hard to break that pattern, or, you know, to use a more healthy option rather than the addiction, you know. So
and I find it though, if you're working with somebody maybe with a relationship, you break through and you say, and what can you do to make that situation better? And I go, sure, I can't do anything. And I go, well, why are you here? You know, what's the purpose? Why can't you just accept the situation as it is and just shut up about it?
Oh my God. He doesn't say that to his clients.
But I might. But sometimes then you kind of say to them, well, you know, if you can't change the other person, or you can't change the situation, how can you change how you feel about it, how you're looking at it? Because there is always something they can do. And if they still don't want to do that thing, you say, well, there's absolutely no point in you being here. But then they'll probably take that on board as well and say, well, my therapist gave up on me.
Oh God.
No,
but like, you don't want to waste their money and your time either. Do you know, like, there's no point in that. I mean, some people are happy to come in and just sit down and talk about their issues. I know a friend of mine from the past, he used to pay a therapist €200 an hour to go up and just talk. She just listened. That was literally it. Literally. That was it. And he just dumped all the stuff, and he didn't want any feedback. There was no feedback.
Okay, interesting. Victim people will also always notice the negative. even when the positive happens, they'll dismiss it.
Yeah.
Because they're collecting negativity.
Yes.
So they don't know there's any positivity. But even if they did, they'll turn it on a negative. You know, you hear people, something as simple as the weather. You know, we don't tend to get great weather in Ireland where we are. But sometimes when the sun comes out, you say, oh, it's great to see the sun. I won't be out for long now. It's going to rain again in a few minutes.
I know, Jesus Christ.
You know, it won't last.
Or we could do with a bit of rain now.
Yeah. It's been 20 minutes since it was raining, and we could do it another bit now. We're all, there's a drought on here.
A drought? Oh my God.
Prolonged exposure to somebody with a victim mentality is detrimental to your health.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I don't recommend anybody be around that for a long period of time.
Yeah, and again, you have to change it. If you're living with somebody who's a victim,
yeah,
and you just can't put up, you have to do something to change that. You owe it to yourself.
Yeah.
And like that too, if they don't want to lift a hand to help themselves, then you're not going to be able to help them.
Yeah. And I think it's lovely then when they do try to change. That's such a relief actually to everybody in their life as well. It's great to see them making progress.
Yeah, if they can just move beyond that.
We
are the happy hitters. Let us know if you've been living with somebody who's a victim, or if you've come through this victim mentality process yourself. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to you soon.